There we go. Got it.
Okay,
Sweet.
so let's knock this out. Um, how did you get into wrestling as a fan or performer in the first place?
All right. So since I was 5 years old, wrestling is what I wanted to pursue. What I wanted to do when I was growing up as a kid, and just kind of started chasing my dream. So 2000, I think I graduated high school, and decided to just pursue it. Started training in my hometown of Hickory, North Carolina, and just chasing after this dream, man. Like, it's what I grew up wanting to do. So I knew since I was 5 years old, there's nothing else that I really consumed my time with other than watching professional wrestling. So I just jumped on it and just gave it my all.
What did you enjoy about it as you got older?
I think the aspect of as a fan, what I enjoyed about it, I think is the same as what I enjoy as a performer. And that's just the crowds, like the live crowds. So going to shows with my dad when I was a kid, and then my dad coming to shows when I started wrestling, just being able to just entertain people, man. And seeing how people react. You got people that come to wrestling shows who have had a bad day or a bad week or whatever, and they come to these wrestling shows just to enjoy life and get away from their normal day. And that's really what I enjoy most, is just seeing people smile, seeing people yell, whatever emotions they show. That's really
Just
what
get
drives
into
me.
it.
Yeah, for real.
What made you want to take the next step and become a professional wrestler?
I think, well, like I mentioned, just since I was 5, it's one of those things where I had to realize I had to give it my all. So taking that next step was a big venture. I mean, I moved from North Carolina to Georgia in 2007 to pursue, furthering my career. So I took a big jump in that. I had to find a new job. I had to find a place to live. I kind of uprooted everything I knew and just pursued this. But just realizing, man, that, and like I tell everybody who talks to me about wrestling, it's a matter of if you want something, you'll work hard and go after it. Like, you have to sacrifice things, and it doesn't always mean that you're going to achieve being a pro football player or a pro baseball player or whatever. But you can always hang your hat and say, hey, at least I tried. And that's something I told myself. My dad always said, hey, go for it. If something you want to do, go for it. Because when you're 60 and 70 and an old man, you're going to wish you would have, even if you didn't make it to WWE.
Yeah. What genres of wrestling are you interested in, whether it's wrestling or watching or performing?
So you say what, like what time frame?
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. I think for me, the '90s were the big thing for me. Like growing up as a kid, the WCW and the WWE, or WWF at the time, the Monday Night Wars. So guys like Steve Austin and the NWO and all these guys going head to head on Monday nights. There's always been my favorite times, and now I enjoy a lot of the new stuff. I enjoy watching like Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, a lot of the AJ Styles, Randy Orton, but also I still get into a lot of '80s wrestling. So I'm a big fan of the old NWA stuff with Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, Nikita Koloff, who's a good friend of mine. And just, I mean, I'm kind of all over the place with wrestling, man. I can watch '70s, I can watch '90s, I can watch early 2000s. I really don't have a favorite. I just kind of, whatever I'm diving into at the time.
What influenced your style as a wrestler?
I think me, because I'm 240 pounds, so I can't do a bunch of high flying stuff.
Right.
Although I respect that. I respect it. But what influenced me, I think, was, I guess, the guys I grew up watching, like Macho Man and Hogan, Steve Austin, all these just larger than life characters that kind of captivated me as a child. So it's really what I think drove me to kind of be more of a, an aggressive kind of brawler style that they would say that Jaxson Ryker is.
Yeah. Did you ever fall out of love with professional wrestling? If so, why?
No, I have not. No, ever since, there's a different passion that I had when I was a child, opposed to, it's my job now. But I think you still have to love what you do for a living, or it's just, it's not fun. So for me, it's still fun. It's still fun to go out in front of crowds. It's still fun to wrestle different guys. I was in Houston, Texas last night. So getting a chance just to be in front of a different crowd, man. And you got to love what you do, because then if not, it just gets boring and it's not worth it, But no, even at 39 years old, some 20, 30 years later, I still love what I do.
Mhm. You got to make it to where it isn't a part of the grind, I guess.
Right? Yeah, dude. Yeah, you got to enjoy what you do, man. Because then if you don't, then it's just a job, and it's not it's not
It's
fun.
not fun anymore.
No, you got to love what you do.
Mhm. Especially this type of stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
Entertaining. Yeah.
um, what? Who are your favorite wrestlers, past or present, and why?
All right, so past, and I would definitely have named a few. Hulk Hogan, Sting, I grew up on. Macho Man and Bret Hart are four guys I can name right off the bat. There's many, many more, but those are ones that I still watch a lot of. Shawn Michaels, those guys. But in present, I always enjoy watching like Sheamus and Drew McIntyre, just because they're just big, larger than life guys, man, that look like they can fight because they can.
Yeah.
And you're always just getting this aggressive brawl kind of wrestling match. Obviously, AJ Styles, I've been good buddies with for a number of years now. He just never slows down. He gets better as he gets older. We always told him. And Randy Orton, I still enjoy watching. It's really cool to see, Rey Mysterio out there again. These guys that I grew up watching as a kid. And some of the girls I enjoy, like, Charlotte Flair and Bianca, who's is just amazing at what she does. I mean, man, I can sit here and name the whole roster probably from WWE. I got buddies that buddies in different promotions too. I still enjoy watching. So there's a lot of them.
How do you describe a feeling of watching and wrestling? Or like watching a wrestling match and being in a wrestling match. Are they any different? Like,
No, for me, it's storytelling. You've got two good guys, two good performers out there, a good guy and a bad guy who are going at it, and they're telling a good story. And for me, it's the same being in the ring. It's me being a good guy and whoever I'm wrestling being the bad guy, and it's just going out there and trying to get the audience's attention and pull emotion out of them. So I always enjoy when I watch. Obviously, it's a little different because I don't have to worry about what's going on in the ring if I'm wrestling. But if I'm watching, it's like I'm watching a good movie. You know what I mean? I get into it, but if I'm in the ring performing, then I'll try and keep that mindset as well. That like, yeah, I'm putting on a live action movie here that these people are paying to see and they love.
how has your character evolved through the years from TNA to the WWE?
I think it's just maybe, I don't know. A little bit of what I did in TNA as Gunner was more military based stuff. I've had a chance to kind of unleash some different, like, I guess, character traits going into WWE and doing some different stuff. And it's been fun to watch me progress a little bit. I think I've got a little better as I've gotten older. I guess I can say that, but just I've had to change my style a little bit because the older I've gotten, I've had a couple injuries here and there. But progression, really, man, I think it's just getting better as a performer and learning how to pull the emotions out of the fans.
Do you hang on? Do you prefer tag work compared to single stuff, or do you just?
I like both. I've always been a fan of tag team wrestling. When Elias and I were tag teaming, it was a lot of fun. We got to try some different things. So I can't really say what I prefer best, but yeah, I don't know. I like both of them about equally.
That's all my questions. It's just
cool, brother. We got them recorded.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, dude, absolutely, Gavin. I appreciate you, man. Let me know how it turns out when you submit it and all that stuff.
Of course.
Thank you, buddy. Much.